Welcome back, everyone. Or to anybody watching this later. My name is Salty EQ Vet, or the Salty EQ Vet. I'm a longtime MMO player and retired combat veteran, and I am mainly streaming Monsters and Memories. I have finally been given access to the closed beta. Before then, I was streaming Stationeers, but luckily I got this, so I'm going to be dropping that and moving on to the main thing, which has been this. The reason why I'm streaming is I'm working on my public speaking ability. This is just a hobby for me. I'm typically a community. I would always categorize myself as a community member first and streamer second. But I want to bring you guys along and witness this game that I love. That's a classically inspired MMO RPG based off of titans like EverQuest. And there are a few other inspirations in here, I'm sure. It's been a while since I streamed. Hey everyone, just making sure my camera is A-okay. Alrighty. So what we're gonna do. We're starting off with the Shaman class. I have not done this Shaman class as of yet. I haven't done it in the playtest. I did play around with it on my own, off stream. I'm typically not a big Shaman healer type of player. It's one of the classes that I've been wanting to try and try to get over that, like, the eek factor of playing like a certain class, and I don't know why I have that. I usually like playing sword and board, a tank, maybe a ranged DPS, typically shy away from like leather wearing classes, and certainly healing classes other than like the cleric. But I hear nothing but good things about the Shaman, so we're going to try out the Shaman. I was going to try out the fighter again to show you guys what's going on. I felt like I'd get bored with that, so and then eventually switch to the Shaman anyways, so we're going to try the Shaman out first, see how I like it, and then, you know, go through the closed beta and see what changed from the open playtest I played in, what was it, a few months ago, at least? When was the last playtest? I don't know, it was a major playtest, or was it like a flash play, 3-day playtest or something over the weekend? I'm not sure. What I will say is that some of my predictions of the game have become, or were fairly accurate. Now, in last November, during the big playtest that I was a part of, Sean was saying that they were trying to get out the beta or the open beta into the end of January. I was looking at November, I was looking at the timeline, and I was like, you know, I don't know if that's a realistic time frame to get the open beta out. When you're talking about beta, we're talking about typically when you take it out of alpha, when you take a game out of alpha and into beta, all your main components are into the game. What I saw last November, it was not necessarily everything was there. So we're going to be in the closed beta, we're going to be looking at it from that perspective. We're going to be taking a look at like some core aspects. Now and this is just me and my own personal opinion, but certain core aspects of the game would be trade skills. And one of the things that they didn't have in was trade skills. The other big thing was classes. Now classes they did work on. They did just a major update about a month ago. They've gone over every other class. I don't know how much they changed with the Shaman. I was reading a little bit about it, but we'll see. I think the few characters that I did make off stream that I was kind of looking at, I mean, it seems to be more or less, maybe the numbers kind of got shifted around and some abilities got renamed, but it still feels relatively like the same classes. That's their main weakness between this game and Alderaan Online, if you ever heard of that. Alderaan Online, you log in and you automatically feel the class identity. Not so much with Monsters and Memories, and you know, hey, like, you know, it's not really, I'm not really trying to ding them or anything, but it is one of the things that they do need to work on it with that presentation. Other than that, this definitely captures the classic MMORPG to where I would say that this would be certainly certainly a spiritual successor to like EverQuest. Now they say they're trying to make their own identity, and they're not trying to make a direct copy of EverQuest, and I get that, I understand that. But they're taking all the good aspects from EverQuest and putting it into this game, and you know, classic WoW to some extent. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the game here. We are on Hobbesian. Figured I'd give a philosophical reference because part of the reason why I'm streaming is to work on my public speaking so that one day I can give a philosophy lecture. Alright, we got our big bonk stick, and we are in Salt Breeze Park. One of the other reasons I started streaming, I'm probably going to beat this to death, and I do apologize for that, but I was simultaneously inspired by the Monsters and Memories streaming community, and also kind of like pissed off at them because some of them really come off as inauthentic, and I felt like the community really kind of needs another authentic voice into this space. Oh, this is different. Oh, is this new? Okay, maybe. Yeah, I think that artwork is new. All right. So anyways, what I was saying about the streamers that were like disappointing and really coming off as inauthentic, they would give you really bad advice. And one of the bad advices that I saw out there was that, hey, you should go level. If you're low level, you should go to Salt Breeze Park. Now we can test that right now. But do you see a lot of mobs around? There's certainly a lot more in the nighttime with these bats. Let's go ahead and con them. They're white con. Okay, yeah, we could at level 1. They're not hostile. 1, 2. Do you see a whole lot of mobs to grind on out here? So if I want to make sure that we're on the same page. If someone were to give you advice to go out and grind in Salt Breeze Park, is that a good idea? With 2 mobs that are bats. The other ones are rats that come out in the daytime. So yeah, so that's some of my disappointment in the community itself, because there's people that are always going to be for the monetary value, doing the YouTube shuffle, and they can give you just really bad advice. All right, so this is the Shaman temple. We got the witch lights making some crazy noises. One of the reasons why I stay away from like the Shaman class, it doesn't really like jump out at me as like a traditional archetype for some reason. Like I just don't fantasy art. Doesn't really click with me for whatever reason. Okay. So when you first come into the game, we're gonna get this note. You read the note. Found myself in the field, blah 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 blah. Call the shadow high point or something. Let's make haste. Okay, well. Anyways, I think it's this dude. Yay. Alright, you're sitting here. Okay. Guard known by few, and harnessed by even fewer, blah blah blah, and harnessed ruling path, but one is which will bring you insight into the true nature of Ither. Ither is the world. Okay. And this is your spirit pouch. Listening to you by initiating myself years ago. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and subscribe to our trainee spellbook. And you just simply right-click you buy scrolls, and then you have to write them into your spellbook. Spellbook is a physical object, so if you're a spellcasting class like I am, if you die, that spellbook is going to stay on your corpse. if you don't know anything about this type of gameplay, this classical MMO, if you die, all your equipment stays where you died, and then you have to run back and get it. Now, this has been done in other games, more recent games, like Valheim. Valheim has corpse runs, which can be fairly brutal, and so can these. And that's the hardness of the game right there, really. It's part of the devs not telling you what to do. Like, I have to go back and read through this to figure out what I gotta do with this spirit pouch. I kind of don't want to do that right now. I kind of just want to go club some things with my bonk stick here. I feel like there should be like a barbarian class that has like a shaman ability. Like, humans don't seem like a very good... I mean, we are, you know, historically, like, we have shamans in our societies, but like, as far as fantasy, usually, and I guess I'm going off of EverQuest here, like, the barbarian was the only, like, human class that had the, was able to, like, select shaman as their actual, class archetype. So we're not going to go grind in Salt Breaks Park because that's terrible advice. And if you said that, you should feel bad because I think I know what you were doing. You're trying to get more ad roll. That's okay. You know what? Hey. You gotta respect the hustle, right? To some extent. Like, I shouldn't really hold animosity to someone trying to, like, make an honest buck, right? Yeah, Speed of the Wild. That's one of the main reasons why I want this class so much, is because Speed of the Wild. I think we get it at level 8. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know, can shamans carry shields? That'd be cool. That seems like a bad idea. I thought about doing Inquisitor again. Okay. Oh, I forgot this. I didn't put it in my spells on my ability. That's a mistake. I really shouldn't do that. Yep, then I should probably run at this point. Okay, not going well for me right now. That's okay. That's gonna turn into a bad scenario. Mulligan. Dave Darkwater, how's it going, my dude? Okay, so the reason why I had to break contact when I wasn't set up yet, and typically games like this reward you being prepared, so we want to buff up before we go back out there. I think primarily I'm going to be saving most of my money for new spells. I think the Shaman gets a lot more spells than usual. Thanks. Did something to get back on? Yeah, man. I had to do a bunch of household chores before I got into this game. You know, happy wife, happy life. And she's in chat. Love you, babe. It's great to have, like, a spouse that supports, like, your hobbies. about this guy. This guy seems doable. I don't really have any like actual attack abilities right now at this level. Well, congratulations to your wife getting the beta key. Yeah, I just got mine yesterday. And I wanted to stream yesterday, but I just had too much going on, and I was like, we gotta set it up for tomorrow, really. I'm not doing good. It's one of the things about the Shaman I noticed early on is that, like, there's not much you can really do. Let's check our skills here, see what we got going on. Bludgeoning, okay, cool. Channeling, alright. Defense. Spiral swimming. I don't see anything like with shields or anything like that. So probably not. I'm probably gonna die. This is embarrassing. Well, I got that going on for me. Yeah, as far as like the old school vibe goes, I mean this and Alderaan Online definitely capture that. I would say Alderaan Online is more of the spirit of the game. This is definitely like the more genuine McCoy of like this is kind of like what EverQuest was like in the early 2000s. Now, last playtest I was playing the Archer, and I was absolutely... Archer was kind of boring, but like it was so much fun to just watch those damage numbers tick up. And I know they just changed it. And, all that work for one for one mob. Well, I'm a healer, so I can't really complain too much. Yeah, like the Archer, I really do like, as far as like just the raw damage output. That wasn't fun in itself, but like, you know, it does what it says on the tin, and that's all you really get with the Archer. I kept saying throughout the playtest that I would play a Shaman, and now I'm finally playing the Shaman. Exactly, I was EQ player OG in 1994, 2004, so I've been in for a few weeks from now. Oh, hey, well, man, welcome. Welcome back. I stopped playing like really big MMOs when I went off to the army. I stopped playing, yeah, around like 2005. I want to say 2004, 2005. But I think 2003 I stopped playing EverQuest altogether because there was like other MMOs that were coming out that were new, like PlanetSide. PlanetSide was a great game. I missed that game. There's like a certain quality to it, like it had its own, like they were really well thought out of like animations and its own soundtrack when you're going to different continents. And the second one, it was just kind of like not there. The magic wasn't there anymore. I was in the PlanetSide 2 beta, and we just had to absolutely scream at the devs to get them to like the lattice system involved, and that was just a nightmare. Thought it was a neat idea, but I never got into it. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it was, a neat idea. It still is a neat idea. Some games do it. I don't know if you've ever heard of a game called Foxhole, but yeah, it's like PlanetSide, but it's isometric and has a lot more to do with logistics, and I don't know, it's a love-hate relationship I have with that game. I don't know if I'll ever stream that game. Certainly a niche game that I might stream one day, but it's just, I don't know, it's just... I don't like that. That's the only game, one of the few games I just don't like the devs. Be a personal problem with me or mine, I don't know, just not overall happy with it. This game, however, the devs I've been watching over like 3 or 4 years, and it's like really inspiring to see a group of guys coming in without pay, doing this all volunteer. This is all volunteer work for right now, and they're finally getting close enough to where they're going to start making money off of it. and I'm definitely in the devs' corner, but one of the things that I do criticize them about is, like, hey, if you're gonna make us pay, then we need like some sort of like finished product. We need kind of like an actual beta. And what I mean like that is like we can't have like alpha things still going around. And if you don't know about game design, excuse me, my cat's joining us. When you make a game and you're going from alpha to beta, all of the core systems have to be in place before you can move on to beta. So when you don't have your core systems in, like the classes were like really unfinished. I'd say that they're in, but they're like unfinished, but like the actual trade skills weren't actually there. So like one of the trade skills here that I'm gonna be taking a look at is gonna be leatherworking, because I don't think leatherworking is still in the game. Like you have to go out and like grind and kill mobs for like leather. Which is fine. It sounds like, okay, well yeah, but like the thing is you can't actually make leather out of fur. You actually have to get like the actual item piece off of like humanoid mobs. Alright, so let's go ahead and just sell some things here. There we go. They did recently change character creation, and they did actually explain a little bit about what the attributes do, which I really do like. They did change a bit around now. Now the actual races do matter a little bit more. So human right now is just kind of doesn't have any, has a few pluses, but no minuses from what I can tell. The other races are kind of like plus and minus in a few areas. So I did like an even spread on this guy as far as attributes go. I'm not really sure what the optimal setup is. I don't think I'm ever going to be like min-maxing type of person. I just want to enjoy the game. Do I have any? Okay. Thought I had some skeleton fragments. Let's see. We have 20 copper. I think at this level, since I'm still at level 1 and we still might have more level 1 spells around, we're gonna go check and see if I can afford some. One of the things I do think they're doing really well with this game is the lighting engine. I think that's just top notch. They completely nailed it, and like the graphics aren't bad. I mean, there's a certain low poly style to it. Now I tend to like that low poly style, but not a lot of people do. I think this is very. I personally like it. I think the animation's a little stiff on the human, but that's okay. Beastmaster to Shaman Scribe. There we go. Hi. Hello, sir. Alright, yeah, so we can get a couple spells. It's enfeebled. You enfeeble your target, decreasing their strength, dexterity, and agility by 4 for 1 minute. Okay. Exhaustion. What's exhaustion? Exhaust the body of your target, increasing their attack speed by 10% for 1 minute. Well, that sounds very fun. I'll take that one. Ooh, Flame Burst. Huh. Alright. Oh, invisibility versus beast. That's nice. We already have minor heal. Polar alignment. Okay. I can. Oh, we get a bunch. Spirit Frost. Okay. Alright. flame burst. We're gonna buy that. I think we're gonna buy some. Well, we'll go with one damage skill, and then we'll do one debuff. I think this is probably gonna be the best debuff I'm gonna get right now. All right. Got a big old bump stick. I want to go back out and grind a little bit more, but I don't have a whole lot of inventory space, so I gotta solve that first. Did I go the right way? Nope, I didn't. It's dead end too. I haven't played for a while, right? Forgot the layout a little bit. There we go. Thank God someone put Spirit of the Wild. I appreciate that so much. There we go. Can we interact with anything on here? Is this the thing? It doesn't interact? It's not interactable? Okay, well they did the little updates to this, so I mean, they plan to do something with tanning, and that's kind of like the big bottleneck right now for like leather classes. That's why I really don't like playing leather classes. I mean, it's easier to obtain, but like at the same time, like you have to pay for everything. Like, I want to make something. A lot of shamans around. I wonder why. It's one of the more popular classes, and so I'm finding out. Probably gonna find out why here in a minute. Let's see. Alright, Flame Burst. Right now, this is going better. So I need to recover some of my mana here. It's probably going to be a thing. Alright, let's take a look at chat here. Yep. Okay, yeah, I know from you. Alright. Okay. Well, what we're doing, we're just sitting down and we're kind of just relaxing, recovering our mana. I had no idea how to play a Shaman class. It's my first time really trying to sink my... giving a genuine effort to try to sink my teeth into this class, trying to figure it out. Figure out why it's so popular as opposed to like someone playing like fighter. Like I usually like playing fighter. Fighter's very straightforward and I can go up and I bonk things on their head. I mean, you can do that with a shaman, but you know, there's certain things like wearing plate and like, you know, gearing up. I guess there's a certain aspect to that I really enjoy. Disease jackal, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that nonsense. I don't want to deal with that scout either. Now in other MMOs you can probably take on 2 mobs at the same time. This one you really don't want to do that unless you really know what you're doing and you're really geared. To anybody watching this later, it's definitely not like a regular MMO that you will be used to. Alright, time to go and sell my loot and buy some more spells. Elementalist is one of those other ones I really want to try. I'm not really a cloth wearing class guy either, but I mean, it seems really interesting. Goblin Shaman with a big hammer worked with me. I mean, yeah, Goblin Sorry, that image in my head, man, that's funny. Big old monk stick. You know, I almost wish the weapons didn't scale with the character model, because I can just imagine just an oversized Dark Souls type of thing with the goblin going on. I'm leveling every class at 10 right now. I got a third of them. Yeah, man. I mean, I wish I had time to do that. I think I can only. Luckily, one of the things that I was like trying to do during like the playtest is I was trying to do it every day, because like there's only a certain limited time. But now I have like access to the closed beta. I can actually like take my time with like, you know, streaming and like kind of delaying it for like a day out or two. I might get some other time in for other classes, but man, that's just a lot of time. I can do one for sure. But I tutor kids as far as like my actual hustle, side hobby, in mathematics and reading. So I had to deal with a bunch of students like last week. I had my anniversary I had to go through. But yeah, man, I wish I had that time. That would have been great. I'm a retired combat vet. I mean, I should have had that time, but you know, just sometimes you just don't. And then plus I'm going back to my second bachelor's degree in philosophy, and so it's just like there's like a lot going on. Sell everything, okay. Looking for bags and packs, Where is he? Backpack has 1 gold. That's not what we're looking for. What about a pouch? Pouch is 50. Okay. Well, we can always kill beetles and make bowls out of them. I should have that time to do every class, and you know, like I have a terrible alcoholic issue, I guess, where I can't stick with one class. Because sometimes you just have to have something different. Like I'm probably not gonna be playing Shaman like all the freaking time. Like I might need to get like my fighter niche scratched. You can tell I haven't played Shaman because I'm trying to find my way to solve Breeze Park and I'm just like failing hard. Only reason why I want to try this class is for Speed of the Wild. that's really the only thing that I want from this class. Just like I only want to play cleric for the res. That's it. That's all I really want to do. Alright, where's my scribe? Here's my scribe. Give me something awesome. We can't have blind right now, but we got exhaustion, enfeebled. What's enfeebled? Enfeebled again. We can probably skimp out on the protection spells. I want to try Spirit Frost. Let's try that. Oh, we're almost leveled. Enjoy. I thought there would be more people in the closed beta, but it seems like I don't know. Maybe some people like dropped off. And I noticed that too with like the other streamers is that they're like playing different things now. I'm just looking, oh, that's weird. Like, because you would think they would be like going at it hard. It doesn't seem to be the case. Now, I think these characters, we are going to be keeping them. The playtest characters we're not. I think the closed beta ones we are. If I'm not mistaken. So I don't mind leveling up a Shaman to level 8, checking it out. One of the other things I'm trying to do is trying to show like the feasibility of being just solo, like, cause like, now I don't mind like being in a group or anything, but again, like some streamers out there seem to think like certain classes can't solo, and most classes you can. You just know how to play them, right? Like that's my big thing. So I'm just kind of like showing like, hey, you know, like, yeah, this is a group game, but you know, if you don't have the other option to actually group up with people, you can play this solo and get things done. Take a look at Spirit Frost. I probably should open it up with that, but that's alright. Invocation. Oh, they don't share a cooldown, I don't think. They add a debuff? Maybe? I don't know. Seems like I'm doing a lot of damage. Probably didn't need to do that. You know what? I don't really know how to play this class, so I'm just kind of figuring things out here. Got Spiderling. Spiderling is probably gonna whoop me. That looks like a Beastmaster with... Oh, nope, that's... Yeah, that's a Beastmaster. That's dope. Although I kind of wanted something different than... Like the Hunter archetype. Mad. There we go. Hey, ding. Now in the olden days, way back in the 2000s, when you leveled, you would shout out ding in the chat. Everyone would tell you congrats. So I think the next group of spells that I will get are going to be around level 4, so we can see, take a look at our inventory here. No, I don't want that. What is our quest journal? There we go. Hey, thanks, whoever did that. Sent you here. Okay, this dream is not quite unusual. Okay. Once appear the living darkness, a power known for a few. Fear the two harness and power ruling path, but you would bring you. Okay, produce a small pouch, a tunic. You. Initiate of the secret. Okay. Okay, so we gotta go to Masumi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Alright, we're gonna go there. And we'll go there. We'll level up a little bit more and get our inventory full and then go there. Optimize our time. See if I can. did pick Channeler, and there we go. I mean, it should prevent some interruptions. Sweet. Okay. Look at our inventory here. I think the next big purchase is going to be a pouch. I think I don't need a whole lot of spells right now. What is this guy? Is this guy easy? Quite risky. Tell you, man, I missed the damage output of the archer already. I might have to make that. It's a leather class, and it's just, man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with that. I mean, I can. It's just kind of like there's not a whole lot to look forward to. Time to head back. Let's see. What else do I got going? Oh, okay, so a few more things opened up. Alchemy. That's interesting. The next thing I should probably do try to get a rested bonus. Before I go back out. Alright. What do we got? Okay, we got enough for our first pouch. Thank God. Those guys are all armored up. Look great. Happy for them. Yeah. Let's try to do this Shaman quest. Oh, there she is. Okay. Maybe I give you this thing. Is that what I do? Do I say hail? Contains very special magic and proper reagents. You can use certain rations. We need Moon Dew Moss. Okay. Fire beetle land and 2 bone chips. Place them inside your pouch and crush them together. Combine them. Come back to me. Okay. It's our first major. Don't know where you get the moon moss. We'll have to figure that out. It's okay. We got some leveling to do. And depending on how I like Shaman, I might just switch back to the archer and just kill things, because I find that really enjoyable, especially with a game like this when combat's really slow. Just seeing like the numbers go down really fast is always fun. A lot funner. Not a lot of people play Archer, not a lot of people play Inquisitor. Those are one of the two classes I'm really interested in. Ranger I played. Ranger's pretty good. I don't have any major complaints with it. I know it's getting revamped to make it a little bit more distinguished from the Druid. I hope they keep the speed of the wild with them. I just wish that it was like at a lower level. You can get that. But I understand if they're not going to do that. What I can envision for the Shaman and people who are going to be playing Shaman is that there's going to be an economy. People will pay you to get the speed of the wild, like they did in EverQuest. Of course, so that's when this game goes live. And since I might be keeping this character, I might as well, you know, try to make some coin. Go. There we go. Level 2, Shaman. Need... Oh, you know what we forgot? That's okay. Since we're already out here, we're going to stay out here and grind until we can't anymore. When we go back, sell our stuff, and then we'll pick up the pouch. I don't know why that got interrupted. Stick. How much mana it costs? Is that 7 mana? What's this? 7 mana. So, I mean, it's pretty much either one. I mean, you can cast either one, I suppose. What it seems to be like. Fire and ice. Do they do the same damage? Dealing 5 to 7, okay. Dealing 3 to 5. What? What? Uh-oh. Somebody made the guards upset. Who's this? Whoa, where are they going? It's a high-speed chase. Don't know what you guys are doing, but alright. Perfectly fine. Little tomfoolery. I just tried to open up a map. In this game, you do not have a map, and it's just like, I don't know. It's a muscle memory thing, I suppose. Like, where am I going? Oh, that's right. I can't really use a map. I have to remember where I'm going now. All right, we are going to pick up a pouch. Finally, get some more inventory space. I'm meaning to do that. Is it over here? Now, one of the things when you're playing like a classic game like this, you always have to be aware of your surroundings, because even safe areas that you think are safe aren't actually... This is new. I'm watching a street fight. Bahahara Elementalist and a Claw Enforcer. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, yeah, you know, this is okay, I don't know what's going on here. Don't know what's going on here. I'm not gonna, just don't ask questions, just keep going. So one of the things I was trying to say is that, like, hey, like, even if you think you're in a safe area and like you're in the city, you're not really in a safe area. Like, you always got to be aware of your surroundings, because at night, you know, criminals come out, and if you take the wrong turn, you know, you could get jumped. You don't want to do that, and that's very much a very classic EverQuest inspired type of thing. Like, you can be running around in a low level zone and you just have like a giant sand giant just walking around, and you're not paying attention, you're just gonna get creamed. Alright, we're getting our first pouch here. And one of the things I do like about this game, that there's like visible representation about the gear you're getting. So like, the actual pouch that I bought is now on my belt, and so is my spell book, which I shouldn't really be taking out, but you know, I'm such an old level, like, it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm not going anywhere crazy. Isn't there a to-do settings interface? Yeah, there we go. Okay. We don't have to keep opening up our character sheet. And I hope I don't regret, like, picking a shaman. We'll see. We'll buy a few more spells. It is a healer class, I do have to admit, right? Like, ah man, I've just missed this game. Like, holy crap. Like, it's just so nice. Just like the nostalgia, the music, the ambience. Magnifique. Despite my criticisms, yeah, I do really enjoy the game. I just want the game to do well. That's really it, you know, like, hey, devs, if you're listening. You know, but I don't know a whole lot about game design. I just kind of know the process. So who am I to judge? Huge nobody. Especially since I haven't paid anything to play this game. Cool though. Like if they offer like a full year of subscription, I'm probably gonna buy it outright. Okay, so I kind of know what I'm doing here. I think you can take on two mobs at the same time. Typically, you shouldn't really be doing that. Okay, got some sandals. Alright, the beetle is still yellow. That's perfectly fine for what we're doing. We can see that this guy. Oh, I forgot to get the resting bonus. I think I'm not sure how that helps, but it helps in some way. Go back and get it. That is a view. Yeah, this game, the lighting engine on this game is just it's great. I like the torch glow, and now earlier in the playtest, all these moons are the same, and they were of our moon, and I think the galaxy back here is actually the Milky Way. I'm almost certain it is. But the moons were definitely our moon. What? And they thankfully changed all the textures. Textures is the word I was looking for. Alright, well, okay, we got like a advertiser in chat. We're gonna go ahead and let's see, can I ban this dude? Sorry, pal. Not that type of stream. Who's this guy? Is this guy a paladin? Seems like a paladin. I will say that plate classes are great. Looks like he had like a red guard type of... That's awesome. Red guard helmet. Is that what it's called? The red guard? I don't know, maybe. This version of the game is Freeport Militia. We'll have to ask around about that helmet. Looks like it's a quest that you can get. Which is pretty dope. Is this a shaman? I don't know. How do I inspect it? There we go. What is he? Okay. Dented red mantle guard helm. Okay. Yavison. Oh, corroded. Okay. I don't know. I almost feel like this dude is a shaman. He has a spell book. He has a... Well, I mean, he could be a cleric, right? Is this plate? What is this? No, that's a problem. I can't really see it. Chain. Like, most of this is chain, so, I mean, it seems like... I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. All right, so I got the rest of the bonus. We can go back out, kill things, bonk him over the head. Every time I'm playing like any other class, it's not a plate wearing class, and I see plate wearers, and I'm just like, man, I'm super jealous of the armor. I want to go play my plate classes. I want to go back on the warrior or fighter. I'm sorry, and just fight. And just level that guy. I do like the warrior leveling. I mean, it's bland. I mean, it is. It's kind of bland, but like familiar. I remember being a kid and having nothing but time and just trying to figure out how to like play EverQuest as a warrior, and having to solo on my own, having to try to figure this out. We don't have rested buffs anymore? What's going on with that? I thought I did. No? Why not? Oh, I do. It's up here. There we go. Rested. Okay. Shaded and... Yeah, it's nighttime, I suppose. And then we have retail arbitrage. Let's see the goodies. If there's any goodies that these people have left us. Like a crack staff. Is there a crack staff? Wow. Probably gonna take a look at it sometime later. Alright. What does rested do? They still don't have like a description for the rested, which is unfortunate. Almost have enough money for another bag. Another pouch. And our spirit of the wild, speed of the wild has gone away. Oh, that's cool. Who is that guy? Looks like that's a wizard. I like whatever lantern she has. That's awesome. I think the Inquisitors get some sort of like lantern, and like if you turn it in, you lose it, and you get something else. And I'm like, you know what? I just kind of want to not finish the Inquisitor quest and keep that glass orb. Spiraling. Yeah, we can do the spiraling. Alright, so we're low on mana. We're going to go ahead and RTB. And get some new skill, or maybe we're just going to sell a few items, buy another pouch, maybe if we have money left over, we'll buy a spell or two. Again, now this is a shaman. This is a higher level shaman with his spirit wolf, and I think that's so dope. So I guess yeah, shamans do get a shield at some point. Whoa! What the? Okay. All right. Little lag there, but that's okay. It's quite all right. Go ahead and talk to our trusty cook here. Go ahead and just sell a care about turning in anything as of right now, or like doing anything as far as like quest-wise goes. I'm just trying to get the most money possible so we can get some much-needed character upgrades. All right, I think that's the other thing that's going to keep me going as far as like continuing with the shaman, is trying to get that wolf. Because that is pretty cool. I will say that. So we're just resting, recuperating. We don't have meditation yet. I think meditation unlocks at like level 4 for shaman and cleric. Speed of the wild, and that spirit wolf is super dope for the shaman. Those are some really good class perks. I do like that. Not sure how I'm liking it plays per se, but you know what? I think if I just stick with it, I think I might like it a little bit more. We'll see. There are other classes that I do like out there. Now, to be fair, this game doesn't really have... their classes aren't really set in stone as of right now. They're still working on... I know they just got a revamp, but, I mean, as far as what they do and how they play, I mean, that's always up for change. But I think the shaman's gonna get it. It already has its kind of like identity of being like super useful. Alright, we probably should have gone to the bag seller first. Alright. Invisibility versus beasts? I don't know. I don't know if I need that. Enfeebled? Did I have enfeebled? Describe this. Okay, no, I don't have enfeebled. That might be a good debuff to get. Let's try it. Let's get that one. Let's pick up that one here. Wish Shaman had a cooler class icon, but you know, it's whatever. It is what it is. I mean, you're a fantasy shaman. You don't need to look like a caveman shaman with that dream catcher. It just looks weird. Whatever. Now, recently they had a developer leave. He's still an owner of the company. His name is Nick. We all miss Nick. Great guy. Super influential with the player base. Very charismatic. And he was definitely in charge of like the class design. And so there was recent controversy of him just suddenly leaving. And it seemed like, and this is, again, speculation here, it seems like there were some creative differences behind the scenes, and it got heated. And so he was asked to leave, I guess. Or he left, I don't know. Either one of the two. But now that I see the actual class revamps going on, I can see probably what happened and the reason why that occurred. And they're not doing anything super drastic with it, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if I were in like Nick's position, I'd probably, if I could, I would probably be really honed in on saying, no, the classes are alright, we just need to adjust the numbers. And I think that may have been his position. Could have been. I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah. What's going on, Chloe? Here, Chloe. Cat's joining us here. About the most interesting thing going on in the stream is my cat. As per usual. Oh, Bags, yeah. Alright, Bags. As I get on a tangent, I just forget what I'm doing. Now, what I've done in the past is I've done like some atmospheric runs through the game. And I might do that again. I just need the time and space to do it. So typically, if my wife is sleeping, I can probably do a stream, but not say anything and just kind of give like an atmospheric run and just kind of do a sightseeing tour of as far as I can go with like a character. I mean, I really do enjoy Night Harbor though. I mean, it reminds me so much of Freeport. And Freeport, if you didn't know, it was in EverQuest, and it was like the first city that I ever landed in. First city I tried to. Oh, excuse me, Chloe. Chloe, baby, come here. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Just stop stepping on the keyboard. Thank you. Love you. Okay. So Freeport, if you didn't know, yeah, it was part of EverQuest. And one of the first things I remember, I got EverQuest from Best Buy, and I came with like a cloth map, and I remember like looking at the cloth map, and I remember trying to figure out where I was on the map. I didn't know what city I started in, and so I was just asking my way, hey, is this Freeport? And there's no like signs or anything, and people kept saying, yeah, this is the way to Freeport. And I was like, so I came back in, so I was like trying to find my way to it, and I was like, oh, I already started in the city. So like, it took me hours to figure out where I actually was in the game. Memorable moments like, oh, this is actually Freeport. The other memorable moment of my EverQuest career was figuring out that Freeport was actually in a state of civil war. That was pretty cool. Sure, I'll sell those against you. I wish to buy a pouch. Good sir. Alright, I have 2 pouches. Inventory space is a premium. Pretty soon I'll be working on getting a mace. They got donkeys now. Nice. Very cool. So that's one of the things that they are trying to do. Is like, yeah, it's not like an EverQuest clone or a direct spiritual successor of the game. Heavily inspired by it, but they are having like pack animals. Now I do remember way back when, and I think Sean may have been privy to this conversation, is that I remember reading in a game magazine that they talked about like EverQuest 2 on how you would have pack animals transport certain goods and items from city to city, and they could be attacked. And it was like super, that was like definitely like a conversation starter around the high school. Like we were all like, oh my god, this is gonna be so amazing. Never got to that point. I don't know why they never implemented that in, but I think this is definitely an idea that was had 20 years ago but never really executed, and they're trying to execute it in this game. So, and that was for EverQuest 2. I clearly remember a conversation with a high school friend of mine about that. And we were just super excited about EverQuest 2. Too bad it ended up being like a major disappointment. People couldn't even run it on their computers, and it's just like, So one of the problems with like MMOs back then is that their like graphics were like a driving force, and what we need to understand is that graphics do not equal gameplay, but they certainly can be influential in immersion of gameplay. And so what EverQuest did wrong was just trying to over-engineer the graphics to where like none of it could really run on anybody else's computer, right? Even in like a really good computer back in like the early 2000s would have trouble running EverQuest when you are in like the hub or the Nexus, when you had a bunch of people in there and you had to actually look at the ground to actually get anywhere because there's so many particle effects going on. And so then they dropped this graphically intensive second MMORPG into the world, and you know, it couldn't run on people's computers, and it was a mess. I mean, it did a lot of first. It was like one of the first voice acted games. It was like the first voice acted MMORPG, which is very cool for the time. Who did we have? We had, what was it? The guy who played Sauron in Sauron. Was it Sauron or... Yeah, it was Sauron. Was it Sauron in the Lord of the Rings? That guy? Was it Christopher Lee, right? Christopher Lee was in EverQuest 2. He played Lucan Delir. And Lucan Delir was the big bad in EverQuest 1. As far as the Paladin quest goes, because you had to kill Lucan Delir to get to retrieve the two-handed sword, and then like there was like a bunch of steps. One of the cool things that was like that EverQuest did was these epic quests. And one of the epic quests for the Paladin was to get a flaming double-handed sword, and I was like, so enamored. But I got the double-handed sword, but it wasn't fully like activated. So like to get it fully activated and get the flame effects, I had to go on this big, huge, long quest that I wasn't just equipped to do it. Never finished it though, which I always kind of regret not doing that. But man, that was so much fun. So much fun having like a higher level player like my friend come in, help me kill Lucan Delir. I got the sword. And the thing is, like, you didn't need like you didn't have like a level cap on it. You just were able to use the sword. You may not have been good at using it, or it may not have its full potential unlocked, but you can use it. That was really always nice to be around. Cooked rat meat, because I use the flame. That's pretty funny. Now I'm knowing that, and I always think that's kind of funny to point out. I was like, hey, if you use a fire attack on an animal, it can drop cooked meat, which I think is like it's kind of funny. Like a little bit of humor. That's pretty good. That is a blister beetle. And this is what I mean, like, you want to be careful of, like, aggroing things. Like, that blister beetle can kill someone, and it's already aggroed on... I'm almost certain this is a bard that's running around that I can't click on. Oh, I need to be closer to inspect them. Okay, well... Oh well. Oh, I haven't used a gold rush yet. That's what it's from. Or enfeebled. Enfeebled, that's what it is. Makes people easier to hit. Enfeebled. Not bad. We gotta cool it on the mana cost. That's the other thing I don't like about like caster classes. Like I got match. Oh god. Jeez, guys. I gotta do this. The other thing I would probably recommend is I want to be able to see like active debuffs on the mob I'm fighting. That'd be kind of nice to see which ones are up. I don't know if they ever discussed that or the reason why they're hiding that. That would be kind of nice to know. Is that a snake? Is that a good old snake over there? So, if you're new and you're just seeing this for the first time and you're like, okay, what's going on? What is this game? And you stayed for a while or you're just skipping to this part. The reason why I'm leveling so slowly is it's by design. Not from me per se, but like, yeah, you don't. This is very much more of a strategic game than it is anything else. Or a sandwich eating game, sandwich combat game. Basically, you can eat a sandwich while fighting. That's how the devs explain it. I'm gonna go sell some few things, and then I'm gonna go buy another pouch. One of the first things you want to do, yeah, when you're creating a new character, you want to prioritize inventory space. At least in my experience, you know, you can do your own thing. I'm not going to tell you how to enjoy a game or what you can and cannot do as far as your enjoyment of the game. Seems like I'm going to be able to buy 2 pouches. Do I have enough space? Is that a bag or a pouch? Belt? Oh, so it says belt. Okay, so I can buy one more. Okay, good. All right, so we're pretty much done with the belt slots. I'll put that spell book into the bank where it should belong, and then when I go back, when I buy it, I'll pick up the spell book again. And then we'll have 50 copper left over to go do whatever we want to do with it. Okay, cool. Nice. Very cool. Alright, taking a look at the representation of my character. Look, got 3 little pouches right there on my belt. It's always nice to see your character visually progressing. Like, you really start off as a bum in this game. Like, you have nothing. And so everything you get feels like really earned. Like, even these shoddy sandals, cloth sandals that I have on, like, right? It's not barefoot. Not barefoot, and I got a box stick. You know. I saw anything else? No. I do have other things in my inventory for some reason. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Bar guilt. The other thing is, I'm clicking on the actual vendor. Click on the actual vendor, and sometimes it doesn't. I should put that in the shared. No, I can't do that. Alright, so it's gonna go in this. Wait, hold on. I think they... Yeah, they changed the music. Nice. Let's listen to that for a sec. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, or hearing it. Okay, not bad. Alright, so we got 60 copper to burn. We can burn it at the guild hall. Pick up some more spells. Which I... that's okay. I'll just pick them up and then I'll come back for this public. Every time I come back and play this game, like, there's always more detail that they put into it. And, like, these... I guess, I don't know, what are these cloth triangle sails on the building that are giving it accents, like they didn't have their texture yet. So, little things like that are popping up. Because there's a lot of blank space. And I mean, I don't mind blank space, because blank space was definitely in the classic period too. So that, I mean, that's perfectly fine. As long as it makes sense. Like, if there's like really nothing there, like, right, we don't need to put like additional items like on this wall right over here. As long as it doesn't look too sparse. Like, maybe like, I don't know, something like right over here, maybe. Not a big deal. Definitely not a deal breaker. There's my scribe. Alright, we got enfeebled, we got exhaustion, we got flame burst, we got minor heal, we don't have a line north, we do have spirit frost. And we can't get anything at level 4 as of right now. That's 2 levels away. Berserker Spirit we have. I think disease protection might be, because there are diseased animals here around the North Gate. Or is it Westgate? Westgate. Let's see if we still have Speed of the Wild. At level 8, tell me haste, that's nice. Heal, also nice. Dispel magic, very nice. There we go. That's it. I think it's that's the big one. see. I don't have anything else I can really... Invisibility versus beasts. I mean, that might be fine later. Disease protection. I don't know about electricity protection right now, or... Is that it? Or line north, yeah. So those are the two that we're going to be missing. That's okay. Now, I've heard this game got inspired. Now, this was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I think it was because of another like MMO that kind of was like failing. And all these guys were like former developers, and they all kind of like met, and they're like, "Oh, hey, well, why don't we just create our own game?" And that's kind of like how it started. Although you will have to talk to Sean about that, because Sean seems to have the actual direct story in his streams.
Yeah.
But thank you, devs, for giving me the access to the closed beta. I really appreciate that, although I think it was just automatic, so none of you actually did see the stream or even know me. But I'm super happy I got it. I've been waiting for it. That's all I want on the stream, really, is just this game. Share it with the world. Before I do that, gotta go back, get the spellbook. So I always forget. I don't know. Maybe I should always have two. One on me and one in the bank. I gotta take a look at leatherworking at some point in time to see if it's been implemented properly. Don't think it has. We will find out though, for sure. Because this way you'll have to forgive me. I haven't played in a while. Yeah, the hitbox, like as I'm clicking on the actual banker, that's kind of the problem. See, like I'm right-clicking on it, and I can't get him because there's other people in the way. And that's kind of a... Okay, let's pull this up. Thank you. Thank you. Has to be on my belt, though. So dumb. See, I can't. Devs, why? Why is this so hard to... Why are you doing this? There you go. I do like the new banker music. That is nice. We'll say that. Okay, we can rebuff. Seem like we rebuffed at all. There we go. Alright. Rest by the campfire here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a short break here. I would advise you guys to do the same. I'll check on my wife, make sure she's alright. She's not with friends right now. I'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. You all enjoy the Westgate atmospheric experience. We're almost back. Had to get up and stretch my legs. Alright, I think we're fully ready to get back in the saddle. Take a look at Shaman class. There we go. Got our UI back. Hopefully you all enjoyed that atmospheric experience of Westgate. Now, one of the things, the reason I typically don't like playing Shaman, it's like it's a healer class, and I'm not really a good healer. Like, I don't like sitting down and just sitting there and then just healing people. I will say, even though the archer is a bit bland, I'm liking it a little bit more than the Shaman, but the Shaman, however, gets a lot of little perks that I really do like, and I really want to like tough it out and see them in practice, like Speed of the Wild and that Spirit Wolf. That is pretty awesome for the class. Although I think that's kind of like that's way up there though. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stand the grind there. I don't think I can do it. Maybe. Probably not in one go. Probably have to take like a break for a week or something from the class and go do something else. Let's see, I'm gonna make sure that we are A-okay on L. Okay, everything looks good. Is this my bitrate good? Okay. Yeah, it's good. Alright. What do we want to do? I don't really want to waste stamina on a rat. And again, like, this is like really the first time I've ever played like a Shaman type class in a classic setting. Suggestions. There's a Shaman savant out there. Tips would be appreciated, for sure. I'm more of a pew-pew type of guy. Oh yeah, let's check our skills here. Oh, that's the other thing we forgot to take a look at the Shaman skills. I think the Shaman does get a shield eventually. Oh, did I remove that? Let's see, settings. Is it graphics? Under graphics? No. Interface? Maybe? Yes. Normal stats. There we go. Oh, we're halfway there. Halfway to level 3. Hey, this guy's got a weapon. I'll take it. I can certainly sell that. Or keep it for another character. Oh, I think we're full. Oh, no, we're not full. Okay. Ah, fuck. Oops. Whoops. I keep closing it. I know I keep doing that. There we go. Alright. That lighting engine, man. Now I've been over here to that green, that green castle, and that's one of the other things I do like about this game is that they put stuff in the background where it's like, oh, what is that? I want to go see what that is. Yeah, so this Chernobyl-looking place I've been to, full undead. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Unless you're the appropriate level and geared, and with a group. Otherwise, I think you can only get so far. I think I got to like the gates, and, like I peered in. There was a bunch of it dead, which I kind of suspected because in the crypt area, is it the crypt area? Well, the necromancer area, Noob Yard, also has this type of color scheme going on for it. So green usually means undead. Or nuclear waste, I mean. Depending on what game you're playing. Okay. Probably shouldn't use fire on a fire beetle. I suspect they might be immune. Might not be the best course of action. Oh, fuck me. Interesting. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. So I guess the blister beetle will aggro if you attack another beetle. Because I didn't aggro that. I mean, I did, but, like, I didn't... Alright, well, we're gonna witness what's called a corpse run. And I get to run naked all the way down to Westgate. You get a certain point, you do start to lose experience. I'm not sure at what point that is. Typically, it's not until like the later levels, like past level 10 or something. I'm not really sure. And I don't think I've ever experienced that in the playtest either, where they had the Blister Beetle just aggro you on, say you're taking out a Fire Beetle and then it just aggroes. So if I knew that beforehand, I probably wouldn't have attacked that Fire Beetle. Probably would have looked at my surroundings a little bit more. But hey, sometimes you learn like this, and that's okay. That's part of the game. Some things you just don't know. My dude ripped. My dude is ripped. Now, I'm still kind of ambivalent about the class itself. If I end up not liking this class, I'm probably going to switch to... I want to try Monk. Monk is another one I really want to play. Monk is like the classic solo class. You can just go out and just have a good time. Well, that's what happens, right? Anyways, how are you guys doing out there? Because I didn't have my... Did I have my spellbook on me? I don't remember. I don't remember if I did. Should be in the offhand. There we go. Did not have my spellbook, so I gotta go back to the bank, grab the spellbook, put my stuff on, and then I can go out and have fun. Not expecting that, but you know, hey, it's the game. No, so yeah, I guess there's like also hidden stats. I don't know what they're going to be doing. I don't know if they're going to clean this up. So resistances, we humans get like corruption, resistance, weakness to holy, and well, corruption. So I think if you're wood elf, you get fire resistance, negative fire resistance on you, which is kind of funny. Weak to fire damage. Bit on the nose. Tavern music. That red mantle helm is pretty spiffy. I kind of want it. Also want that spirit wolf. I want a lot of things in life. I don't think I'm gonna get them. Thank you. Now I could be. Yeah, there is no possible. That thing is such a high level mob. There is really nothing I can do. Wasn't much I could do, unfortunately. So this is part of the process. Hey, if you die, you gotta put all your spells back on your spell bar. A bit of a punishment for playing bad. Although some things are just gonna be kind of out of your control, like that. Not knowing certain mechanics, not knowing what certain mobs will aggro against. Now, I did know that, like, the actual regular beetles, the dune beetles, and the fire beetles will aggro if you attack each one. I didn't know the blister beetle would do that. Go ahead and sell a few things here before we go out. Come on, devs. I need money more than anything. So the people that play ogres, man, like I don't know. More power to you, man. I don't know how you can play that race. There's gigantic. Look at this dude.
Yeah.
Just just a wall of meat. Alrighty. See if anyone would kindly grant me Speed of the Wild. I just stand by Westgate long enough. Alright, well, we're not gonna worry about it. Probably get to level 3. I'll go do something else. At least with this character, I'm gonna turn in for the night and look at other classes. Try the archer again because I did like that gameplay a little bit too much. I forgot to grab the Spirit Frost, but that's okay. I guess I don't need it. Silver. Okay, is there any blister beetle around? Con the mob here. Make sure that we're not. Alright, we're not gonna do that right now because we got shit. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. So I aggroed a higher level mob, the yellow con, so I'm gonna go ahead and run for the border here, and that's like because none of the mobs actually leash. They'll chase you across the entire zone. So the only way to get rid of them is to zone out. And that's fine, because we can still fight out here. It's not gonna follow us. And really, when you're playing a healing class, you're not going to be using your offensive spells. You're going to be using all your defensive spells. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like super apprehensive about playing this class. Although it's like one of the more popular classes to play through like the data that's been in every like playtest. And the Shaman. Probably shouldn't be left. Also notice what I'm doing is I'm only really going after like blue cons because they're easy to kill. You can survive the encounter and then you can move on to another blue con. And so getting like consistent, even just like lower level XP, is better than getting like no XP trying to find a white con and then resting like for 4 or 5 minutes. You want to be optimizing your time, especially when you're soloing. You know, I can use that two-handed maul, right? As a shaman, I get blunt. Use blunt. Dope. I will use that. Hold on. Alright. That's a rusty maul. Another jack tooth. Rusty maul. This is a slight weapon upgrade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Jackal. Okay, so Jackal. Always make sure you con the mobs that are attacking you. That was a yellow con. You gotta get out of here. Going back to the other zone. Now I gotta be careful because I'm gonna want to make sure I want to knock off the rust on this thing. I can just buy it if I have enough money, but typically if I'm like leveling up blacksmithing, which I probably will at some point. Because I can buy a few more pouches and I can probably put those pouches in the bank and then just have expanded the bank capacity for certain items. I think the next things to get are satchels. Almost certain of it. And they did just change around the archer class. I guess they were going to get more traps or something like that. So I mean, it's going to be a bit more less bland. But for what it was, I mean, hey, it hit like a truck, and I enjoyed that part. Ooh, some nice damage. Alright, we're in fizzle. Alright. Let's do... What am I trying to do? I'm trying to... Yeah, there we go. Okay, what's her? She is telling me to... Need some moondew moss, fire beetle gland, and 2 bone chips. Place them in. So I need 2 bone chips. Do I have bone chips? Did I ever come across bone chips? Doesn't seem like I have. Is there any blister beetles around here? Alright, let's go ahead and exhaust and feeble. Okay, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and work on our bats here. Oh, I keep doing this. I don't know why I keep doing this. Just do it. Shit. Alright. Curious Jackal? Alright, I'm not dealing with that. Sorry. Since I did get the beta invite, I have a group of friends I could probably give out the invite key to. Pack of rats. We're about to ding. Yeah, so I mean, this game is definitely slower paced. I mean, I tend to run out of things to talk about, and I really shouldn't. But the great thing is that you can, if you're looking at this, you can probably just, play the game yourself and kind of relax. I mean, it's a bit of a relaxing atmosphere, even though you're not leveling up fast. Oh, a fellow shaman. The long beard. Actually, I don't need to stay by the fire. I need to go in. I need to get back, sell some stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna head back to the Shaman HQ. We're gonna take a look at a few more things. I know I don't have any access to new spells until next level, which will be level 4. I am... I could probably go a little bit longer. I'm still in the process of like, is this class really gonna grow on me? I'm like, I'm not really sure. I mean, people find things really popular, and then I just like, I know I should like this, but like, it's just not for me. So I think I have to grind it out a little bit more. We'll take a look at level 4 spells, see what I got access to. Right now, it seems like I'm mostly relying on my auto attack damage to do damage. I mean, it's fair with like most classes. I mean, I would say it just, I don't know, feels a bit slow. And for a healer class, I mean, that's you know, healer support. I mean, it is what it is. It's not. I just need things to be a bit more like engaging. Even though like I keep going back to the archer, I'm like, yeah, the archer's kind of bland, but like, man, it's so nice to see those damage. It's like, oh, that's actually really, really nice, and I don't have to move a whole lot to actually like start pouring on damage to things. I got 5 snake eggs. I can turn that in somewhere, and I got fire belows. I can turn that in somewhere else. I really gotta keep the rat meat because I know I get XP for these things. Right, what? How much money do we got? We got almost 3 silver. We're rolling deep. Rolling deep into cash. I thought. Let's convert the coins here. Save up on some. We'll keep the rusty axe for somebody else, maybe. Trainee club, just in case, you know, I die. Factions. Oh, they don't have any. I don't see any factions here. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe they're working on it. But yeah, I can see myself just losing hours and hours, and I'm probably going to lose hours and hours now that I have access to the closed beta. And I think in the closed beta we're able to keep our characters and we can transfer over to open beta. Soft launch of the game. Which is, they say, is going to be in October now. And they did push it back twice already, so take it with a grain of salt. Now, what I am seeing, it's in a better state than it was in January. Every update, you know, there's something new. They are making progress. We should give them credit where credit is due, and they have done a fantastic job. So I think, like, yeah, I think most of these teardrop things up here were like blue. Like they were like a placeholder, not a texture. Every time I come back, there seems to be more and more textures, there seems to be more and more items, props, assets. I think what they said was like most of their time right now is just grinding out props and textures. And I can see why. So little by little, I mean, this is coming together. I would probably recommend changing the floor texture maybe a little bit to something different. The 1 footsteps down, as much as a classic thing it is, it's a lot more immersive, guys, if you had different footsteps under different terrain. I mean, that'd be nice. Hint, hint. Alright, let's take a look at level 4 spares. What do I get at level 4? Next level. Cure blindness, cure disease, cure poison. Okay, gate. Gate's very good. Let's see, what is the actual definition of gate? Conjure magical gate, returning yourself to your bind location. The spell has a slight chance to fail. The spell has no effect if you are encumbered. So if you're encumbered, can you not use it? Alright, healing spores, alright. Howling Cold, what is Howling Cold? Rend your target with Spiritual Frost, dealing 11 damage. Okay. Alright, Invisibility, nice. That sounds like fun. Invisibility to Undead. Also sounds like fun. Lesser Heal, alright. Let's see, what is this? Malady. Okay, so I can cast a disease. Soulbind, that is very, very useful. Right, but basically... Hello, Chloe. Hi, Chloe, can you not do that? Please, can you get off the computer? Most interesting thing on my stream, again, is my cat, Chloe. She's a special cat. Love her to death. I think she was abused, but by her caretaker. I'm not really sure what she did, but she's got a little... She has some odd behavioral quirks. We're just quite not sure. Like, she only likes to be pet in like certain areas. So one of the areas that she likes attention is like at my computer right next to me, which is super adorable. But like, if you're gonna try to pet her like anywhere else in the house, it's just like not gonna happen. Would you please get off the keyboard, my lovely girl? Thank you. Love that cat, but man, very special cat. So we got susceptibility. Target becomes more susceptible to ailments, increasing their disease, poison. So you can cast this and then cast disease. Okay. Alright, which one am I gonna want more? Probably Cure Blindness. Alright, that's good. That's good. So you get a lot of utility. Yeah, you get a lot of spells. But Gate's really good, especially if you're out like in the bouillons and you just want to get back. And Bind is a very important thing to get. So yeah, the only other thing that I needed to understand about Bind, and I know in EverQuest we had to go to like a certain spot. There's like a soul bind pillar, and then you would have somebody cast soul bind on you, and then you would bind yourself to the location. And here is Chloe again. Chloe, hi. Can you? I love you so much. I do. Can you please stop? I love you. Would you move? You just want attention, or are you hungry? You hungry? Alright. Who's the other person I need to talk to? Is it this guy? What do we got? Okay, so... Okay, so meditation we get at level 4. Alright. I don't see... block on here, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Alright, want to continue, or have I had enough tonight? I think I've had enough tonight, to be honest, guys. And I think, what, about 3 hours I've been doing this? So, anyways, that's the Shaman class. I'm gonna play it a few more times, see if I can, like, get into it. At least try to get to level 8, so I can get the Speed of the Wild. That does sound like fun. I don't, for whatever reason, it's just not jiving with me, and I don't know why. But you know, it's definitely, it's still the classic experience. I'm still enjoying it, even though I'm like not really like in tune with the class. Some people might be. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed taking a look around. I might do a stream later, maybe do an atmospheric run, and just post that up on YouTube. So I'll get plenty of B-roll at some point in time. What I could do is I could probably just do a private stream. Do that. Anyways, thank you for joining. Again, I am the Salty EQ Vet, or Salty EQ Vet, otherwise known as Brent, retired combat veteran, longtime MMO player, and we were covering Monsters and Memories, a classically inspired MMORPG based off of EverQuest. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is coming out in October as far as like a soft launch, open beta. I got invited to the closed beta. I do have a beta key, an extra beta key. If none of my friends want it, I'll probably put it up for as a stream reward or whatever. So we'll see if I can get that out to somebody. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the engagement. Dave Darkwater, was good to meet you, sir. And I'll see you guys out there.